Hi, welcome back to my channel for another pick a card reading. It's Sarah Claire. I've been gone for a while, a few months, moving and a lot going on, but I'm in a new place and a new setup, and I'm here for another pick a card reading. So today's reading is what kind of past life connection you have with this person, what the past life was like. And I've also changed the way I'm doing things. I didn't pull the cards first and then put the things on top of it. I'm going to let you pick, and I'm going to pull cards as I go. That Spirit wanted me to do it this way. That way you're using a full deck, because usually when you pull cards, when you start out with a full deck, you get those cards and it goes down to whatever is left, and then whatever's left after all of them. Spirit wants me to use a full deck for every pile, so I'm going to be doing that way. I'm also going to write a channeled message for each pile, and I've got a lot of cards. I've got the Psychic Tarot by John Holland and my own cards I've made as well. Here's the Psychic Tarot, and you can take a moment, pause if you need to, pick a pile. I've got a gold ornament, a white ornament, and a silver glittery ornament. So you can pick whichever you'd like. Pause if you need to, and I'll see you in your reading. Bye. Hi, Group 1. If you chose the gold ball, first I just want to say I live in a house. I own the house, and my best friend and her 3 kids live here, and her boyfriend, and I have 3 dogs, including a 5-month-old puppy. So I'm sorry if there's any background noise. I'm going to try to do the next one a little bit later at night when kids go to bed and all that, but just want to apologize in advance if there's any background noise. I'll try to pause if it gets too loud. Anyway, let's start with your reading. First, I'll read your message that I channeled, and I'll show it to you after. It says, intuition, hard life, lessons learned. You walk the path to enlightenment and ultimately love. You passed on what you picked up along the way. Karmic lessons, union, things got easier. There's the message. Let's just put it up here. Right there. Okay. Let's start with your cards. Okay, so first I picked out 2 slips of paper that one just fell, that I wrote different things that could have happened or different meanings. I've used these in other readings before, but the first one you got was clairaudience, or clear hearing, psychic hearing, and it keeps falling. The other one you got says overcoming blocks. That's exactly what I said in the channel messaging. Learning lessons, overcoming karmic blocks. Okay, so I pulled a life path number for just to like kind of show what you were doing and what you were dealing with in this life. And you got number 4, the teacher. Your purpose is to develop systems and processes that may bring you security and stability, and to work hard to achieve your goals. Your work is very important to you, and yet you may have trouble finding the career for you. You thrive when using your brain, and you'd be great in a job where you guide or teach others. Okay, so what I'm getting from this, as far as a past life, is that you do have learning lessons, and I did say passing on what you picked up along the way. I feel like you overcame your blocks, and then you wanted to help other people overcome your blocks, and that may have been your life purpose in that life. You might have been a life past 4, or the number 4. It may have been very important to you. I also do feel like you were very intuitive, and you may have brought this over with you into this life. So I have my life path, but I can't talk. I don't know if you have communication issues. I have my past life cards that I made, and you got psychic or gypsy. Wow. You may have experienced the occult or worked with it. This talks about being very intuitive. Maybe you were a reader, or maybe you just were very, very psychic. I am feeling like very gypsy vibes with you. I feel like you don't want to be tied down. And you have karmic ties. Oh my god, this is crazy. So you've got overcoming blocks, karmic ties, and then karmic lessons in the message. That's crazy. Cold climate. Okay, when I saw this, I'm immediately feeling Russia. That just Russia popped into my head. I'm seeing snow and I'm hearing Russia. I don't know if that resonates with somebody. It could have also, I'm also feeling Ukraine, that kind of region. So I pulled some my twin flame cards as well, because this is about what your life was like. Not only we set up kind of like what your life was like, let's see what it was like with this person, what it had to do. Premonition. So yeah, you were very psychic, and this says, I knew we belonged together before we met. So you are very psychically linked to this person. Awakening. I awakened when I found you, which makes sense. If you are in a darker place, it says hard life, walking the path of enlightenment, lessons learned. You obviously at one point were unawakened and you were dealing with a lot of stuff, and you woke up and dealt with all those karmic lessons, and it seems like it may have been because of this person, meeting them. Knowing in my heart, I know you're my twin flame. Oh my god, this is almost like very similar to premonition. Premonition talks about like I've always known, and knowing talks about I know now. So not only did you know that this person existed before you met them, I feel like when you met them, you were like, oh my god, this is the person I've been waiting for. In here. And light and love. I'm focused on shining my light and loving myself. I feel like that was when you woke up. You almost were like, okay, I want to shine my light and love. I want to show other people. And that was you fulfilling your life purpose. Okay, let me do the Psychic Tarot. Choose wisely. So I feel like you have many different things you could have done in this life. And I'm drawn to the two birds. I feel like this person helped you make your choice. Fertility. Now this can be that you had children, but I'm kind of feeling this life maybe you didn't. I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling more like this was like a new chapter brought up by this person. Because we're more talking about like what your relationship was like and then what it connects to. You could have had children, but I don't feel like this card that's what it's necessarily talking about. Suffering in silence. This is the Nine of Swords. I feel like this is kind of like before you met this person, you were really struggling, and maybe you didn't even let on how much you're struggling. I'm just going to move all of this over a little bit to make more room. I pulled a lot of cards. And it's crazy how much they're just all lining up and talking about the same thing. Awareness. Yeah, psychic awareness. Wow. Definitely very psychic in this life. And I feel like you were psychically linked to this person for sure. Love begins. Yeah, that's confirmation that when this person came into your life, I'm feeling like not only did you learn to love them, but you learned to love yourself. And it's a 1 for a new beginning. And you've got awareness is also a 1. So you've got a lot of new beginning. Suffering in silence is a 9. It's an ending. It's beautiful. Okay, and then you've got shadow. Oh my god, you did your shadow work. You learned your karmic lessons. You looked at your shadow and you overcame it. And then you showed I think, oh my god, you shined this light on other people's shadow. You showed them their shadow. That's really cool. I can't believe how much everything is talking about the same thing. Okay, so then the love cards you have, you're just too much for me. So maybe when you first met this person, they were like kind of overwhelmed by your connection. Oh my god, I cannot. Our connection scares me. That's literally what I was just saying. Crazy. Life, oh my, I have to read this one first. I saw it. Everything will fall into place. Just be patient. I feel like you met this person and maybe at first you guys didn't click the way you wanted to, or they weren't really interested. Not click, because you definitely clicked, because you've got premonition, knowing you have this connection. I feel like maybe at first they were a little scared of it, a little closed off to it, but then everything fell into place and love began. And then life isn't always beautiful, but it's a beautiful ride. You learn that things might not always be easy, but it can still be beautiful. You can still have this beautiful experience, and this person really showed that to you, which is just amazing. I'm just going to see if I pick up anything else. I'm just shocked how much this is exactly what I said. And I'm just going to reread this because now I'm seeing the cards. I want you to hear it again. Intuition, hard life, lessons learned. You walk the path to enlightenment and ultimately love. You passed on what you picked up along the way. Karmic lessons, union, things get easier. That's crazy. That's exactly what these cards are saying, and I hope you have a blessed day. And I hope that you found this person in this life and that your love begins. And I have a feeling that you are psychic in this life. And I'm also feeling a strong twin flame soulmate connection. So I really, also because I'm seeing in the shadow there's two people connected. Here there's two birds. I'm just feeling like that you are very connected. But I hope you have a blessed day. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Hi Pile 2, those of you who chose the white ball. Okay, before I get into your reading, I just want to let you know I live with my best friend lives with me with her 3 kids. I also have 3 dogs, including a 5-month-old puppy. So I might have some background noise, so I'm going to apologize ahead of time. Next reading I might do a little bit later so that we don't have this problem, but I'm going to pause a moment and I'll get back to your reading. Okay, so let's get into your reading. So, I did a channeled reading for all of them, and yours was a little bit heavier. I kind of feel like I have a lump in my throat, like it's hard to breathe. There's a lot of weight from this life. I'm not feeling like, I don't know how to put this. I'm feeling like, not like I'm struggling with as far as material or how to get by in life. I'm feeling like I'm struggling, like my life's not my own, like I can't breathe. I feel very suffocated. And this is what I channeled. Heavy energy, like a weight is on me and I can't move or breathe. My life is not my own and there's a lump in my throat. Blocked throat chakra. I need to break free. I'm suffocating and dying slowly inside. And then tonight I escape. Like there was something inside that wanted to break free of this. And I'm very interested to see in the cards if that happened or not. But and it literally says suffocating twice, I think. But there's the message so you can see. I don't look at the cards as I pull them. They pop out and immediately, unless they pop out upright, which doesn't usually happen, I don't see them. So I'm going to put this here. I'll get it for the others. The other one. And I'll put the... Okay, so I pulled a life path number card just to see kind of what you were dealing with in that life. And you got 8, the powerhouse. Your purpose is to develop an empowered relationship with money, power, and control and authority. Wow. You're destined to make a big splash, yet it may not be easy to get there. You need to tap into your personal power, and you do that, you will attract success, money, and power. This is talking about needing to be empowered, learning power, and dealing with control and authority, and that's exactly what I was kind of feeling. So then I pulled 2 slips which I had random things. I had random things written, and also I had psychic abilities written on there. First, you have manifestation. So let's see. And then you have collective consciousness. So let's see how this ties in. I won't know until we get further in. Let me pull out the past life cards first. Okay. Slave or prisoner. You may have been a slave in someone else's control. Okay, so I'm not feeling like you were a slave. I just feel like you were in someone else's control, like I said in the channel message. And like this says that you needed to learn how to overcome and step in your own power. I feel like this lifetime was all about learning how to get out of someone else's control, how to take back your power, how to deal with authority figures. Marriage. You were married in a past life for better or worse. You were a female in your past life. That may have had a lot to do with it. Okay. Authority. Oh my God, authority. Your past life was affected by someone in power. Biblical times. So let me know if that biblical times resonates. It says, you're around the time of Jesus, Noah, or others from the Bible. So I'm feeling Middle East in biblical times. I'm not feeling like you met Jesus or any kind of figure like that. I feel like you just lived during that time. Let me pull out the Psychic Tarot. And I'm not doing these in any particular order. I'm doing it different with each as I feel called. Moving on. I feel like moving on from being under someone's control. Material harvest. And this talks about, let me see. Once you tap into your personal power, you do that, you will attract success, money, and power. So, success. Crown chakra. So, tapped in to spirit somehow. Following your gut. Patience. So, this might have taken some time in your life to overcome all of this. I don't feel like it was something that happened like in a day or a year. Harmony. So you overall eventually achieve harmony. And I know this is talking about love, like somebody you're with or want to be with and what you went through with them. Maybe they came at the end of your life. Or not the end of life, but later on after you got out of the situation. Partnerships and alliances. Okay, no. You see how his arm is reaching down, or one arm is reaching and grasping the other and kind of pulling up the other person? I feel like this person you're inquiring about, which may be a female if it resonates. If not, it could be a male. I'm just feeling like it may have been a female or female energy pulling you out of the situation. So they may have been male in that life and female in this life. Just take it as it resonates. But they pulled you out of the situation and brought you into harmony. But it was only when you were ready to pull yourself out. You kind of reached up and were ready to get out, and they helped pull you out. Okay, so let me pull the Twin Flame cards. Okay. Karma. One or both of you is healing karma. Okay, that makes a lot of sense with what's going on. Fear. I'm afraid and this is controlling me. Again, controlling. And there was a lot of fear of this situation, of this marriage that you're in. This marriage is somebody who had authority over you. So much that you felt like you were a prisoner to them. Knowing, in my heart I know you're my twin flame. So there was this person that ended up like reaching out to you, and you ended up being with somebody who was either your twin flame or, wow. Okay, mask or lies. Somebody's hiding the truth in this relationship. I'm getting something else completely out. This may be two different groups of people. One group of people, the person you met them, they pulled you out of somebody who, away from somebody who was narcissistic and had a lot of lies and hid their true nature. The other group, the person you were married to that was so domineering, was actually working from a place of fear, and they were working out their karma. They were in a dark place. They did not know how to express themselves, how to be patient or kind. They were, okay. I'm hearing, you know the Four of Pentacles, where the person's holding 4 pentacles and they're holding on so tightly, afraid to lose them. This person, out of fear, held on too tight, afraid to lose you. They felt possessive, but it was out of a place of fear of loss. all of this was out of a place where of complete terror of losing you. And I feel like they hid their true feelings because they were too scared to be hurt. Just take it as it resonates. I feel like it is two groups. Okay. In the love cards you've got, you feel weak, but in my eyes you are so strong. I want you in my life. It was always you. This connection baffles me. Now, this can be a positive or a negative. It can be like, wow, this connection is so amazing. I don't understand how it can exist, baffles, or this is so much, it baffles me. I don't know how to deal with this. Just take how it feels for you. I really want to make this work. But our connection scares me. Again, fear. And everything will fall into place. Just be patient. Patience. I'm really feeling like in biblical times, which is when this is supposed to have taken place, this past life. The only way that marriage was that the wife was property of her husband. I feel like maybe this started out where they were very domineering over you, and that's what you had to do. And because they were afraid of losing you, they went into that place. But I feel like maybe as they went along in life and they released their karma, this person could have turned into somebody who was their true self underneath the mask. And hold on, let me yell at my puppy. Nico, stop! No. Don't tear that up. Sorry. They came into much more harmony together. Okay, because you have collective consciousness, which is a connection. Learning how to connect with everybody around you. And you've got manifestation. So you can manifest positives or negatives. If you are coming from a place of fear, you're going to only manifest things that you are afraid of. But overall, this life was about learning how to take your power back. You have to tell me how it resonates for you, because you're going to know inside what happened and what situation, what scenario was in your life. So please let me know. I'm going to end by reading this message one more time, now that you've seen the cards, to see how it correlates to the original message. I have a block in my throat for sure right now. Heavy energy like a weight is on me. I can't move or breathe. My life is not my own. There's a lump in my throat. Blocked throat chakra. I need to break free. I'm suffocating and dying slowly inside. Tonight I escape. Okay. I'm going to leave you with that, pile 2, and I'll see you in my next reading. Have a blessed day. Okay, hi pile 3, those of you who chose the glittery silver ornament. Before I start your reading, I just want to let you know I let my best friend and her 3 kids live with me, as well as I have 3 dogs, including a 5-month-old puppy. So if you hear any noise in the background, I'm sorry. If it gets loud, I'll pause and come back when it's a little quieter. But I just wanted to let you know, next reading I'll do, it will be a little bit later at night, so hopefully the kids will be in bed and all that. But just wanted to warn you that before we get into it, but I'll get into your reading now. This whole reading, my throat chakra is blocked. I can't even talk. I have a sore throat, I'm coughing, and I was completely fine as far as my health before I started, but the whole energy feels like I can't speak. But your channel message says, scholar all over the place, not only in travel, but in motion. Recording note scrolls, hunger, struggle. I was this once, so I help those who are in this place. I know how it feels to suffer and to struggle, but no more. I do not go hungry and lonely. There's the message. So let's get into the cards. I would want to pull out the life path card first. You actually got 2. I pulled it out together, and I wasn't going to keep it. And they said, no, you have to keep it. So let's see. The Nurture Life Path 6. Your purpose is to develop nurturing, balanced responsibility, acceptance, service to others, and visionary pursuits. You're a big picture person and are likely to have meant to be your own boss. You're also a natural counselor, and a career in law or guidance would also suit you. As far as well, this applies to a past life. This talks more about like how I said that this person was, you were hungry, and then you got to a point where you were not hungry anymore and you didn't want to see anybody else suffer like you had. And the Life Path 9, the humanitarian, this is kind of similar. Your purpose is to develop your spirituality, humanitarianism, creativity, wisdom, and integrity. You are very versatile and unique. While you can be successful at virtually anything you feel passionate about, you will feel most fulfilled when serving a humanitarian cause, large or small. You are creative, compassionate, and giving. This basically talks about very similar things. That your life purpose was very much to be giving. So I pulled 2 slips of paper that I had written down little messages, and also different psychic abilities on it, and you got growth. I don't know if you can see that, it's very small piece of paper. And you also got clairvoyance, vision. This talks about, which one was it? This says visionary pursuits. So you are a visionary. That's why, like clairvoyance and vision, I'm getting you're a visionary and you got this psychically as well. Like your things you had vision on, you got from a place and connecting with spirit. So now let's do the past life cards. You've got mountains and valleys. You either lived in a place like this or experienced highs and lows. What I said in this, did I say, yes, all over the place, not only in travel but emotion. You are up and down, at least in the beginning of your life. Mountains and valleys. This could have been bipolar, or it could have just been that because you struggled, you had good days and then you had bad days, and you could get food and then you couldn't get food, and it like kind of threw you all over the place. You also got Africa. You may have lived on this continent. Sorry, that's my cat jumping over my wall. You also have poverty and hunger. What I say, you lived in Hungary, and then after you developed got some money, you wanted to help others. It says you may have lived as a pauper, and that explains like traveling around. Maybe you had to go to different places to get food. History. You either wrote history and recorded it, studied it, made it, or lived it. I said here, scholar, all over the place, recording notes, scrolls. So there's something you did that included writing down something. Maybe that's how you eventually made your money. Is maybe you wrote a book, or I'm feeling that strong. Maybe you wrote a book about your travels or the people you met or something, and it's talking about history. So something that was going on back then you wrote about. Maybe it's even read now. And you also have old soul. You've lived many lives. So I feel like you were an old soul even then. Okay, so let me pull out the twin flame cards. So the reason this is not talking about the person you're involved with is I wanted to also have cards that set up who you were, what your life was like, and then tie in the person that you're dealing with. So your twin flame cards, you have regret and apology. Someone regrets how they acted and want to make it right. Breakdown. You are experiencing breakdown in order to heal. So I kind of feel like this poverty was like your breakdown. I don't know what this regret apology is about. We'll have to see how it ties in. Shadow. You and your twin are working on your shadow side. And healing. You are healing each other right now. So in shadow side, when I see shadow side, I kind of take that as trying to heal that. So that getting healing immediately after makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, I'm going to pull out the psychic tarot cards I got out. Now you've got Love Begins. Emotional loss. Okay. Okay, when I saw that card and I felt the poverty, I immediately felt orphan. Like you lost your parents, or okay, so, and you also got Africa. I'm sorry, I'm getting so many messages at once. I also got that might be, you might not have even been from Africa. You might have been from some place with mountains and valleys as well, or from somewhere completely different, and maybe that's one of the places you traveled that was significant, and that may have been somewhere you eventually settled. Okay. Base chakra. So you're out. This is about stability, and you also got Love Begins as a 1, and base chakra is also a 1. So your stability was something you had to like kind of claw your way to get to. Choose wisely. Okay, so I'm feeling like it's your choices that made you get to this point where you could get above this. Your determination and your hard work. And if you see, I'm going to hold the card close, but there's a man on the dock with his hands out, and I kind of feel like that's also like when you would have to ask for food. And now it's like making the choice also, I don't know if you can see that, to help people that are in the same situation. I'm also, group 1 got this card as well. I believe they also got Love Begins. It was either group 1 or group 2 that got Love Begins. So, intuition. So yeah, you were connected to spirit. And that, and then fulfillment of wishes. Your wish is to have a place to belong, to have someone to belong to be able to have enough food to eat. There's a peach here. There's a chest with money. To have all that, and he's holding a flower and a scroll. Oh my god, he's holding a scroll. I don't know if you can see it in his hands. I feel like he may have been male, or is that a female? That's a very androgynous person. But anyway, there's food, there's money, there's a scroll, and there's flowers, and that's just very crazy. Okay, then let me pull up my love cards. I dream about you, and I'm getting that when all this time you were going through this lonely, suffering time, not only did you physically have dreams about somebody, but you dreamt about having somebody. I'm sorry if you heard a child crying in the background. There's a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old, and an 8-year-old in this house. I'm too scared of love right now. That might have been the other person. Let's see. It feels like you complete me. I really want to make this work. I'll go into it all after. You feel weak, but in my eyes you are so strong. So maybe you saw them as strong. I'm also getting the message that there's a possibility maybe you got up and got to where you could afford all the best in life, and you helped this person get back up and stop being so scared of life and of love, and you taught them and helped them and showed them that it was alright. And they felt weak, but you saw them as strong. Because you had been there, you knew the strength it took to get through each day living a hard life like that. And you take my breath away is the last one. So let me just see if I'm getting any other messages. Yeah, so the growth makes a lot of sense now. You went through immense growth. I don't know if you can see that. There. You went through immense growth in this life. And then you were very visionary. I feel like you wrote books, and that was very important. I felt like you had 2 parts of your life purpose. One was to record something of history. Maybe you recorded the struggle. Everything was related to the struggle you went through. You had to go through this. You had to go through this loss. of something, either family or money or whatever you went through to get you down to the lowest point.